Whew. There are thousands of resources for homeschool moms. From curriculums to how-to videos, the options are limitless. You could go on YouTube and scroll for hours. However, you'll pretty much find that there's one limiting factor, and that's that they're all made by moms. This video is made by me, a high school senior who's been homeschooled my entire life, and I'm currently on track to graduate with my bachelor's at the age of 19 in biblical studies. So this video will kind of cover my story and what I did to kind of get to where I am at and set myself up for a somewhat decent future with hopefully very little student debt. Like I said a little bit earlier, I've been homeschooled my whole life. However, my mom had not originally planned on homeschooling me. I'm the first of 6 kids in my family, and originally the plan was for all of us to go to public school. When I hit about pre-K, my mom figured she wasn't ready to send me to school quite yet and kept me home and decided to give homeschooling a try for a year. She kind of ended up falling in love with it, and here I am now, however many years that is later, and I've been homeschooled this whole time. Originally, my education was just based upon my interests. So at the time, that meant sharks and math. So my mom bought however many hundreds of shark books and shark DVDs and Discovery Channel subscriptions, so I could learn all about these interesting creatures that were completely made of cartilage and disappeared after they died, which was really interesting. Anyways, I got to kind of be creative and explore. I was kind of a restless child, and I'm kind of am still restless now. I have a hard time sitting still, so my mom put a heavy emphasis on PE. This was awesome for me because I grew up running before every day of school or going outside and playing with my sisters, and in this way I got to really interact with God's creation in a positive way and then go back inside and learn all about it. As I got older and my understanding grew, my education needed to grow with me. So my mom enrolled me in Classical Conversations, which is a once-a-week co-op that was kind of just locally going on. So I attended this program once a week and continued pursuing my interests on the side, but this gave me some structure for my core programs and really allowed me to nail down and have a set day where I got most of my schoolwork done. So I ended up completing a lot of my math classes for elementary and then ended up moving to middle school classes, which kind of cascaded into where I am now, and I don't have to do any more math. I finished it like 3 years ago. But in 7th grade, I left Classical Conversations and began at a local program called Great Books. This is a classical education program, so it was really focused on discussion and group discussion and debate. This was a really interesting opportunity and really sparked a new love and interest for debate and discussion. By 9th grade, I had enrolled in the local community college and started taking all of my math classes there in this hybrid program, which I went online for half of the week, and then I had an in-person class that was 2 hours long. It was an intro to dual enrollment courses and allowed me to get all of my math done by 10th grade. So after that intro to what dual enrollment felt like and what it was like having college professors, I ended up leaving the local community college and attending GCU, Grand Canyon University, and their dual enrollment program, as well as Boyce College. Now, one thing that people often forget or feel limited by is that you can only take 2 college classes typically at a time when you're in high school still. But what people forget is you can enroll in multiple colleges. So all I did is I enrolled in 2 colleges, and I could take 4 classes at a time, and this allowed me to eliminate math and English by 10th grade and then immediately start getting into my degree-specific classes, which included hermeneutics, New Testament 1, and worldview analysis, along with many, many others. I kept pushing through these classes through junior year, and now I'm currently in my senior year and just enrolled in a program called Boyce Scholars. This program allows me to take a full load of college classes at one college, which is Boyce in Kentucky, fully online, of course, and remotely from home. It's really awesome because it's pretty much completely at my own pace. We have assignments due every week, which gives some structure that I feel people need, kids need, guys need. There's a ton of flexibility in the sense that there's no real class time. You're actually just watching online lectures throughout the week whenever you can or whenever you feel like it, more or less. But that's now what I have really knocked it down to, and it's really streamlined my education, allowing me to get everything done at once. Obviously, there's a ton of nuance when it comes to choosing your degree, choosing your path, and then choosing the classes that you need for your degree. But if you can't finish at least 3 years of your college, at the very least, you should be able to knock out your general ed and general requirements that you would need for your bachelor's. And so this will essentially save you 2 years or $80,000. So this is kind of just the general map or overview of what I've done to get on track to get my bachelor's in biblical studies by the age of 19. I'm planning on attending seminary after that. Hopefully this will help you structure your child's future path and high school and all of that, or if you're a kid, inspire you that you can get it done, and it's honestly really not that difficult. And you can still keep that same flexibility that homeschool has and get a ton done. In the coming months and weeks, I'll be making more in-depth videos on what elementary school really looked like from day to day, as well as middle school and high school.